G'day guys, welcome back to the Thirsty Mason. Long time no see. Now, don't want to come up with excuses, so I'm going to explain to you exactly what happened. I use my phone to record all of my content, mainly because I'm mostly IT illiterate, and it's the only form of editing I can do that I can just upload straight to YouTube, for example. And I work as a stonemason, hence Thirsty Mason. And my phone got absolutely obliterated on the job site, along with all the tastings I did for my $10 reds, with the exception to these last 6 wines. So, in order to at least give you the education that I'm hoping that I was supposed to give you, the only 2 wines that stood out of that entire tasting up to this point for the reds is the Rocket Like a Redhead Shiraz and the Feet on the Grand Mataro. Other than that, it tasted like they copied and pasted the same acidic, over complicated, over manipulated wine 15 times. So, let's enjoy these last of the $10 ranges, with the exception to this wild card. This is the Uptown Lazy Sunday Pyrenees Shiraz. There is a Pyrenees in Australia, so don't get confused thinking it's from France or whatnot. These are all definitely Australian wines, but this one is the only one that gives me a wine region. Now, what I'm most excited for in this tasting is Sam Puckett has one of his own wines here. So I'm very excited because this is a $10 Sam Puckett. And I have a lot of respect for him ever since I tried the Gentle Anne single vineyard Shiraz. So trying to see what his cheapest range is, it will show the quality of the winemaker very, very thoroughly. The other thing that stands out is the Tempranillo. Alright, Tempranillo tends to show very well in cheaper ranges. And considering that 2 of the major standing out wines in the entire $10 tastings have been a Rocket Like a Redhead bottle from Jem Pfeiffer, it says a lot about her quality. So, let's kick off the tasting. I've had all these wines chilled, alright, because the fluctuation in temperature now is a little bit extreme. It's a transition period into autumn, and the temperature's all over the shop. I'd rather keep it at a solid cold temperature, knowing I'm not going to ruin my wine, than to waste space in my cellar trying to keep these $10 bottles. Alright, let's open up the first bottle. Cabernet Merlot, Boy Meets Girl. These are the Santellinis. Let's have a look. Alright, so first and foremost, first red light, it's see-through, like one of those darker Pinot Noirs almost. Alright, you're talking about 2 heavy-duty grapes. It should be ink black. Alright, minimal, you want... Basically, this is like bottom of the barrel. They're trying to extract the last of the juice. Alright, it looks like it's been watered down. Let's have a look what the nose is telling us. Keep in mind the nose is going to be more muted, considering that it is now chilled. But it also shows the funkiness of it. Let's have a look. Okay, it smells lovely. Okay, I'm getting my beautiful, beautiful like blackberries, a bit of gooseberry, and like this characteristic that I tend to associate with cheaper red, which is boot polish, is definitely there. And when you think of boot polish, it tends to destroy the smell of everything. Yeah, but you got some pepper, a little bit of white pepper. And you know what? The nose is surprising considering the extraction on it. So let's have a taste. It's got elegance actually. Nothing too Nothing too offensive on the palate here. They really stepped up their game on this one. Because standalone, they really had nothing. But blended, they actually have brought out the best of both of those standalone varieties. Like their standalone Cabernet and the standalone Merlot was shocking, but blended, I find that it's quite elegant. It has very, very gentle tannin. You taste that fruit. You also get that bit of sourness. But overall, it's not a bad drop. Let's move on. Boy meets girl, Shiraz Cabernet. So they're swapping out the Merlot for Shiraz now. See if the colour comes out a little bit different. It's looking very purple. It's, I was about to say just as see-through, but I'm not sure, maybe just a little bit darker. They really pumped up the pepper in this one. It smells almost like roasted meats. That deep like smell of cured meat. But really not much else going on. Just peppers and like savoriness. I'm not getting much fruit. Like I'm trying to work it a little bit more, seeing if I can find that, that blackcurrant, that, almost like blackberry characteristic that I tend to associate with Shiraz Cabernet. No, it's just purely savory, peppery. So this could be a very, very good like steak wine. Not on the nose, on the palate. You get structure, but you also get the sourness that I'm not looking for. So they have not managed to clean up their Shiraz enough in this blend. But meanwhile, the Merlot, the Cabernet blend, has come out really, really like on top. So that teaches you maybe go for that one instead. I was gonna say maybe even the tannin structure on that one would be better, but it's not. The previous is superior in every way. This is almost like an imitation of it. It's not worth your time. Let's. Alright, what I'm waiting for, Sam Puckett. The Butterfly Effect Shiraz from Victoria. At least it narrows it down to one specified area of Australia. It's not just the one of Australia. And immediately, wow. Okay, have a look at this colour. In comparison to the previous two, this one is almost twice as dark. I can still barely see the outline of my fingers in it. However, there is a lot more, juice in this. It's not watered down anymore. Let's have a look. Alright, and now I'm smelling some quality here. Because it is a straight Shiraz, I'm getting the characteristics of Shiraz. I'm getting my blackberry, I'm getting my timber, I'm getting my just the slightest hint of tobacco smoke. Unreal. Alright, it's got more extraction, and you know what? I believe that the timber is actual timber, like barriques. It could be second fill though. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's beautiful. It's slightly got more bitterness, more acidity than his premium ranges, but you can't deny that this is you can't deny it's a Shiraz, okay? Is it a Shiraz that's punching above its price point at $10? You know what? It's giving you everything you're asking for, but it is sour. So I'm trying to think of it as, is it a bargain at $10 or is it a defect at $10? I'm a bit in the air about that one. It's not a home run striker immediately. However, it does have a lot more quality than the previous two. We can't deny that. Okay, another one I'm looking forward to. This is Tempranillo, the Rebel Tempranillo. Again, no region, but I've always stated that Tempranillo tends to show well even in the cheaper ranges. And it just proved it immediately. Beautiful deep color. I think that's even the darkest so far. Now you know what, I think that it's equivalent to the previous. Alright, because I can just see the outline of my fingers. Alright, but it is extremely dark. I mean, it's got a lot more going on in there. A lot more extraction from the fruit. Let's have a look at the nose. Alright, here we go. Party time. Alright, here we go. Morello cherry. A bit of funk, almost like, I don't know if I can make it sound nice, but like the gamey fat of roast lamb. Alright, a bit of rosemary even. Like it smells like a roast dinner. It's quite funky in and of itself, like you know. I'm very excited to try this. Unreal. That is unreal. That's $10. That is good Tempranillo. Even by standards of Tempranillo, that's good. Yep. It has character. Okay, it dries at your tongue. You know, it squeezes the inside of your cheeks. That real structured tannin. That is the only wine so far out of every last one of these bottles that has the capacity to age. I could sit that down for 5 years and still have a fantastic end drinking experience. You know what? That punches well and truly above its weight. Holy moly! I think that's that's outstanding. At $10 a bottle, that's outstanding. I would happily drop $18 on that bottle. Happily. It's real wine. That is so phenomenally made. Very, very, very impressed. That is gorgeous. Well done. It even stains my glass more. That's quality. Quality at an unbelievable price. Okay, let's try the most expensive one last to see if it makes the biggest difference. Okay, Feet on the Ground Shiraz 2021. Feet on the Ground again, cheaper range, $10. Let's see the extraction. And I think we're heading back into the realm of light, lighter extraction, a bit more watered down. Alright, bit livelier nose. It smells like Shiraz, but fake timber on this one. Almost like wood chips. Nah, nah, nah. Sour monstrosity. Ugh. Nothing good going in that at all. You get some fruit, but the sourness is like borderline apple cider vinegar on the introduction to the palate. Anything that starts off like that is only going to end in tears. So far, I've found that the more uncommon wines are the ones that seem to be showing better in the cheaper range, such as the Feet on the Ground Mataro and the Tempranillo. And that they have been the two big outliers in the entire tasting so far. So now the Pyrenees. Okay, let's have a look at the colour. Alright, bit darker, but it's still verging on the light side. The price difference is it's only what, $3.50 to $4. This is a $14 wine. Let's see if it produces a better taste. Well, immediately on the nose, that is a vast jump in quality. Where that fruit is starting to make itself known a lot more vibrantly. Where I'm getting the mix of berries, strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, blueberry. Oh man, unbelievable. And cassis coming straight up, real timber, right on the back. It smells juicy and bright and lively. Have you ever had Joel's lollies? The mixed fruit berry Joel's lollies? That is the nose I'm getting off of this one. Plus, imagine the smell of freshly sawn hardwood timber. Mix those two together and that's exactly what we're looking at here. With just a hint of Ribena. Alright, dry on the entry. Those fruits start making themselves known to you, sitting around the sides of your tongue. Tannin is very gentle, only dries out the tongue. I can talk, it's still sitting there. Mild acidity, but in its acidity, it's enhancing the experience. It's not sour, it's sharpness that almost acts like a counterbalance to all the fruit. You get me? It's like, I don't know, when you have like Thai food, where you got that counterbalance to all the strong, funky fish sauce in the sweet tamarind and palm sugar. That enhances the experience as opposed to clashes with it. It's not like chocolate covered strawberries, that fucking monstrosity, where the chocolate's always delicious, but the strawberry comes out tasting like acid. It just was a fancy thing to do. It was never ever a good idea. Price, unfortunately, does correlate with quality here. However, I can't say that that is a better wine than the Tempranillo. I think they're both quite equal in this standing. So if I was to pick the three major winners at the $10 price point, it would be the Tempranillo, rock like a redhead. It would be the Mataro, Feet on the Ground, and it would be the probably the Sam Puckett Shiraz. Those are the three winners. You know the winners for the whites. I hope that this helps educate you in your purchasing in the cheaper ranges. I tasted them all, so you don't have to taste them. Meanwhile, it also shows that if you do have a couple of dollars to spend extra, if you can flip that extra $5, you can almost double your drinking experience immediately. Anyway guys, cheers. If you like this content, like, share and subscribe. And I look forward to letting out some more videos quite soon actually. Because as you can see, phones back in action. And our next video is going to be on cheap champagne. How is it cheap? Why is it cheap? Is it really champagne? All those questions will be answered. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.